There's a lot of people excited now because of XRP's price appreciation that just happened today, right? So exciting energy is coming back into the forefront from Crypto Michael. Watch XRP this week. That's all I'm going to say publicly. My group members know why. Now, I don't know why he's saying to watch XRP, most likely because it's probably going to get exciting for the digital asset XRP, right? Which is our community, guys. I mean, we're always watching XRP, so no doubt about it. Whatever happens, we'll wait and see this week. It's going to get a lot of I think this week. So last week was more so consolidation, right? Things just moving sideways. But I think this week it's just going to become more volatile. Okay, from that, here's another interesting metric that we should track: 30-day XRP balance changes of exchanges. I like that. Get your XRP off of the exchange and self-custody, right? Look how much XRP is flowing out of these exchanges, guys. So, like, millions upon millions upon millions, okay? Just because it seems like whales, right? I don't know if this is, well, most likely whales are involved in this, and retail. They're probably getting their they're probably withdrawing their XRP for a reason, right? From these exchanges, from Bitso, Bitstamp, Coinbase, these other ones, Mexi, into cold storage because they're prepared for a next like higher, right? So I'll be excited, to be fair. Now, I don't know what's going to be happening this week, but I do feel like something could be brewing here, right? Hopefully it's bullish, right? It's positive. Though I wanted to investigate this today in today's video. XRP's price forecast. Analysts eyes $127 as BlackRock joins Ripple Swell 2025. Okay, so there is a price target of literally 3 digits. My moon target for this cycle, I believe. That an analyst actually said it's possible. It's actually possible. So let us investigate today and see what he was talking about here. So, historical patterns suggest XRP's price could mirror its explosive 2017 rally. XRP's price has been compared to its explosive run in 2017. I honestly think it's going to repeat. I'll explain why from my own technical analysis as well. With analyst Javon Marks highlighting a similar setup, his chart shows a repeating fractal pattern where XRP could extend far higher if the cycle unfolds in the same way, right? So here's the charts, guys, that he pointed out, and basically he has some Fibonacci levels. Okay, in the previous run for XRP's price actually overshot the 2.618 Fibonacci level. The 2.618 Fibonacci level in the previous cycle, which was 2017 for XRP, was at $2.13. Right, from this low to this high, it actually overshot it as well. From this low to the 2.618 for this cycle takes XRP to $127. Plus, it overshot it last cycle. So let's say we even come below it, it's going to be $100, right? Now, I actually do believe this analysis as well, guys. I think that this cycle XRP will hit $100. That's just my belief, right? People don't have to believe it. You have to come up with your own conclusion here, right? You have to come up with your own reasoning on why XRP will go to a high price. But the 1.618 level is at $10. Okay, this is where most people think that XRP will stop. Is this region right here, guys? Right, and there's a Fibonacci level there. Last time, XRP actually overshot it and it just consolidated and it pumped. So when we reach $10, when we go like this, guys, over here it must consolidate like this and pump again. Okay, if it consolidates and we see it consolidating at $10, that means another and it's gonna explode higher. Okay, so that's how we will know, guys. Now, what's fascinating about my how I chart XRP to going to a high price, this is how. So number one being, don't worry about these lines. I'm going to redraw them for you guys. But number one being, you guys notice something or no? Number one being, there is a parabola that has been forming. Here we go. So we got the first angle of attack, okay, on XRP's chart. Let me go to a higher time frame, the weekly. The first angle of attack, okay, the second angle of attack, the third angle of attack is right now where we're at right here, guys, okay? So it's getting steeper and steeper and steeper as we speak. It's getting quicker and quicker, right? The next one will probably be like you're just gonna go straight up like this, right? But that's how fast XRP will move, guys. It's building some type of parabola that people aren't noticing. Here's what I think will happen, and how I think and why I think we're gonna reach a high prices cycle. This is how I know about future prices and why there will be resistance at future prices. So we take a peek of one of these candles, okay, to the resistance line, to where it had previous resistance, which is here, guys, right? And then we just make it longer. Now this shows like in the hundreds of dollars. So let's go to somewhere here, okay? Now where does this take us to? You guys see how it's actually possible, right? This takes us to like $100 to $200. And it will respect these lines, guys, okay? This is how I map out future prices of where XRP could be traveling to, right? And I have to make it more neat for it to make sense, because right now it's just rough, right? Just rough estimates. But if XRP were to explode right now, it would have resistance at $30, at $33, okay? If it were to explode right now. But yeah, one of these lines would show XRP could go to like these higher prices, guys, right? Like a bunch of these lines, but that's probably for the future though, not yet. I more or less just rushed this idea, okay, because that's basically the same way on how I figured out. Well, I think Crypto Face talked about this, right? So that's where I got it from, guys. But that's basically the same idea on how I came up with these lines, right? And again, this is 100% proof, guys, right? 1,000% proof that these lines has actually held it as resistance and support for Bitcoin, right? For XRP, I haven't done them, and I should do them, but look how many beautiful times it has held as resistance and support. Like look at the lines, okay? So quick side note, these lines, by the way, right, that are drawn here, the price action, for example, this price action stuff was not here when I first drew these lines, and this was like a year or 2 years ago, okay? None of this price action stuff was here, okay? And it still respected these lines. And some of Bitcoin's lines do show Bitcoin heading crazier prices, right? It maps out future prices, basically. Oh, another thing is that from 2017, right? Whoa, it was all the way back there. Look at this. All the way back here, right? Well, look where Bitcoin is at right now compared to XRP. 2017, right here, around this part, we're literally right there, right? So minimum, we have to do what Bitcoin did, but there's like a 2 to 3x multiplier for volatility, right? Again, all these reasonings are why XRP will explode to much higher prices than people think. The Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority, and that's just from the technical analysis side of things. Let's take a sneak peek look at the utility side and how it would deliver the promise of a high price XRP. The Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority recently piloted Ripple's X-Current technology for cross-border payments. I think it's Ripple payments now, but analysts estimate that this could save Saudi banks up to $400 million yearly compared to using SWIFT. This pilot represents the type of institutional adoption Ripple needs to challenge established payment networks. SWIFT has dominated international money transfer since 1973, processing over 53 million messages daily across 40,000 payment routes. The system connects 220 countries and over 11,500 institutions. However, SWIFT faces growing criticism for outdated technology and operational issues, right? And this is how XRP comes into play. SWIFT acknowledges that 1 in 10 transactions fails, while 1 in 20 settles late. Coming down here comes CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, says that the XRP ledger will cover 14% of SWIFT's system. That's more than $100 per XRP, 14% in I think a couple years, right? I forgot the did he say 7 years, 6 years? Let's take a look, which takes XRP to over $100.
Many hundreds of billions of dollars of tokenized real world assets fairly quickly.
In 5 years. 5 years. Yeah.
Oh, it was 5 years. Okay, how much of SWIFT will the XRP ledger take? He said 14% in 5 years, which I guess takes XRP to over $100.
So, I mean,
it's for a dumb reason.
SWIFT today, there's two ways to think about SWIFT. There's the messaging, there's liquidity. Liquidity is owned by the banks. I think less about the messaging and more about liquidity. Because if you're driving all the liquidity, that's good for XRP. Anyway, so.
Yep, and remember, liquidity is literally everything, right? You can't move large amounts of money without liquidity, by the way, or else it will affect the digital asset, right? The price of it. It will be very volatile. They need in the future, I believe XRP will become little to no volatility. It will be more or less like a stable coin, okay? Because of how much liquidity there will be. But the price will always keep moving higher because of it being a deflationary asset in its nature.
I'll say 5 years, 14%.
So there it is, guys. Right? It's actually possible. Not only from the technical analysis side of things, but if you look at the utility side, we will replace SWIFT. Right? That's why SWIFT was attacking our community the other day. Okay, on LinkedIn. So it's clear as day, guys. It's only a matter of time. Literally is. That's it. Right? You already won. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who's right at the end of the cycle, who gets it correct. I'm not saying I'm going to be right. I'm not saying that they're going to be wrong either. Who knows what will happen? But I do believe a higher price of XRP is coming to a town near you, not Fibonacci Vice, to a chart near you. But anyways, Sophie's Mazes. See ya.